next guest is a motivational speaker on art and philosophy of Bruce Lee. She is a known TEDx speaker and is popular overseas for her seminars. She is a pro MMA athlete and a sportsman. She is an author, a Zen practitioner, an actress, and a sports model. Recipient of Women Superachiever Award from the 6th World Women Leadership Congress in 2019. Popularly known as Women of Steel. Let's hear it from Dr. Komal Rao about conquering adversity.
Hello everybody, my name is Dr. Komal Rao and I'm going to be talking to you all about the topic on conquering adversity in my life. I am a pro MMA cage fighter who fought a man in a cage and won the fight. This journey from no power to power has been an adventurous one. Since childhood, I have been a weak child, physically weak, though mentally strong. I was bullied and not really something that I was fond of or proud of. This passion to get the power and to be strong was always very strong in my mind. Sadly, at a young age, I lost my father and I was adopted by Dr. Seema Rao, India's one and only woman commando trainer. So, my environment changed to the one, being at home with somebody who's a commando trainer, very well disciplined, in control. With the change in environment, I was introduced to the concept of getting physically fit, learning martial arts. So that is where my journey with martial arts began. I started learning Jeet Kune Do, Bruce Lee's martial art, under Dr. Seema Rao. I also call her Sam. Learning martial arts was not easy for me because, like I said, I was physically quite weak. So getting stronger, doing my first push-ups, doing my first chin-ups, throwing those kicks, getting kicked, getting my first kick on my face, getting a TM joint dislocation, having fractures of my fingers, of my toes, all of this was part of the journey. In the quest to get strong, I think that was a small price to pay. Along with pursuing my academics, getting my career in medicine, growing forth, in a normal career, my passion and training in martial arts continued. I graded full instructor under Dr. Seema Rao in Jeet Kune Do, that is JKD in short. Now, she wasn't really satisfied, with that credential, and she wanted me to also get trained by Richard Bustillo, Grandmaster Richard Bustillo from IMB Academy, and under his tutelage I further graded as full instructor under IMB Academy. Now this journey from no strength to getting a full instructor in Jeet Kune Do was immensely satisfying, and I was quite proud of it. But somewhere there was this desire to test, my skills, to test, to check out, am I good? And in that quest, I thought that I spoke to my mom and she said, okay, why don't you go for an MMA fight? So an MMA or a mixed martial art fight is something that happens in a cage where you're locked in with your opponent and both of you have to fight with a referee at the corner, and only somebody who wins the fight by a choke, a submission or a knockout is the winner. So I went for the fight, and my female opponent, who was supposed to be my opponent, did not turn up for the fight because of an accident. This was in Germany, and The only other opponent available was a male opponent who was 10 kgs heavier than me, and that's how I ended up fighting a male opponent, and I won the fight with the submission, with a rear naked hold. So the MMA fight was primarily meant to test my skills and to challenge myself to, like, let's see what I can do. And all these years that I have learned, has it really been, am I really good enough? After that, I gave a TED talk on Jeet Kune Do. After my fight, I gave a TED talk on Jeet Kune Do. I have also given many lectures on JKD to different institutions and platforms. The kind of obstacles that I faced during this journey of mine, apart from it being a physical one where, just before, actually 6 months before the fight, I had broken my ankle. This happened when I was in a sparring bout with somebody who was almost 30 kgs heavier than me. And I was doing a sacrifice throw, and in the process, the person landed on my ankle at an awkward angle, and that's how I injured my ankle. It was a bad state. I was worried I couldn't train for a long time. But 6 months later, when this fight came up, I was like, yes, I have to go for this fight. And Sam encouraged me. She said, no, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. You should go. So that's how I ended up going for this fight. Now, the kind of other obstacles that I faced were that, typically, like, when I started learning to fight, height is 5'4" and my weight was 40 kgs. So, very lean and weak. But from that time to now, I've built up a lot of muscle mass and I've gained a lot of weight, in productive weight, to be able to fight. But there's always this underestimation where, when they look at you, when people look at you, they expect to see an Arnold Schwarzenegger to be able to fight. It's not necessary to be able to have large mass to be able to fight. You have to have the right skills along with the right fitness to be able to fight. The advice that I would like to give to somebody who would like to pursue a similar path or any path of their craving is that you need to have the passion, the desire and the will to achieve your goal or to achieve what you're setting your sights on. Once you have that fixed, then all essential qualities which are necessary, that is determination, perseverance, the fire to keep on, you may have a lot of obstacles in the path, or you may create your own obstacles. You may feel, no, I'm not good enough, I cannot do this. You become your own obstacle in the path of your own growth. You have to override these obstacles, and you have a role model in front of you. In my case, it was very easy because I had Dr. Seema Rao, India's only woman commando trainer, as my role model. So it was easy for me because I had somebody who had achieved the impossible right at home. So you have to look for a role model and imbibe the qualities of the role model in you and try to achieve your goals. You don't have to achieve somebody else's goals. You have to set your own goals in sight. And with the right passion, with the right dedication and a little bit of luck, I think you should be able to achieve whatever you decide to. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Komal Rao. This was an highly inspirational talk. We have a couple of questions for you. How does martial arts help in everyday life, and what is special about the art you teach?
Martial art in everyday life is very useful. As human beings, we all need to be able to take care of ourselves. But in the civilized world, our way to survive is primarily, have a good career, have a good house, have a good car, have a good family. That inner desire, the animal instinct to take care of yourself, to defend, which is there present in every animal, gets subdued or gets, covered up. So martial art keeps that sense of personal safety and safeguarding high in your mind. It also teaches you self-discipline, it teaches you control, it teaches you focus, it teaches you be in tune with your body, where your body and mind are one, where you can control, what you can see is what you can control. So that's how martial arts helps you to be in control of your mind and your body. What I teach, how is my art different? Jeet Kune Do, that is Bruce Lee's martial art, is primarily, Bruce Lee was known as a father of mixed martial arts. He's the first man who came up with the concept of mixed martial arts, where you are going through all the ranges of fighting and there are no rules laid down, where anything and everything that works is useful. So you're going to be going through kicking, punching, knee elbow, grappling, fighting on the ground, using a weapon. It could be a blunt weapon, it could be a sharp weapon, to learn to maximize your skills. That's how it's different. Next question.
Is the art only for those who are strong-minded and aggressive? How can it be relevant for the light-hearted?
No, not at all. In fact, I think a lot of people who are already strong and already powerful are kind of, maybe it's an assumption, are overconfident of their physical prowess. It is meant to harness your energies, it is meant to build strength. It is meant, and if you have the strength already, it is how are you going to channelize that energy? How is it going to be useful to you and to the society at large? So it's meant to develop, it's a kind of meditation where you're in complete tune with yourself, but it is also a form of self-defense. It is also a form of practicing survival skills, where you're learning physical techniques to take care of yourself and to build confidence. It is not a very difficult art to learn, and it is meant for anybody and everybody, age no bar. Because fighting and survival is with age no bar. So learning to fight is also with age no bar. Next question.
Tell us more about your famous fight with the male fighter and what was in your mind before, during, and after the fight.
My fight, the MMA fight which I had gone for in Germany, I was scheduled to fight a female fighter from Austria who was quite well known in that area, and unfortunately she met with an accident on the day of the fight. So I had to fight a male opponent. He was the only contender available, who was 10 kgs heavier than me. So initially I was no mind. I called up home and I spoke to my mom and I asked her, that's Sam, and I said, so and so thing is happening, what do I do? She said, go ahead, go and fight. And I said okay, and she gave me the confidence to go ahead and fight. In the first round, it was quite difficult because we were standing and we were exchanging kicking and punching blows, and he was strong in that zone. And ultimately, in the second round, when he used to keep coming and trying to pick me up and drop me on the ground, and then he would keep hitting me on the ground. So to overpower him at that stage was getting difficult. So in the second round, when he tried to again grab me and lift me up and drop me down, that's the time I got an opening to catch hold of his neck in a rear naked choke, and I got a submission. So that's how the fight went. And thoughts before the fight, I was having butterflies in my stomach, but I said okay, I have to do what has to be done. And I've prepared so many years. It's not a one day or a 1 minute event that I'm preparing for. All these years is what I have trained for, and it's going to come to help. So I went with that confidence that whatever I have learned, I'm going to give it my best, and it turned out very well.